This has been my studio for the last, I would say, maybe 8 years. And it's close to my home. I was in a different place first. There was a lot of noise with the neighbors, even though they were professional studios, and then I was looking for something, and then I found this place and I built my own studio in here. It's all soundproofed. This is kind of my second home. I have all my equipment here, all my records from the day I started DJing. This seems like a lot of history in here. It really is a room-in-room connection, also because this is a residential building, so I really had to make sure that no one actually hears me. So when you close both the doors behind you, then you really don't hear anything. I have a lot of equipment, as you can see. It's been built up over the years. The reality is that a lot of things are done in the computer nowadays. I appreciate a lot of the equipment here. A lot of it has been used in a lot of records. And I think the tactile of an actual instrument is very important. It makes you make different music in a different way instead of just loading presets or fiddling around with little knobs on a computer screen. I'm afraid not everything is set up. Everything on this side is definitely not connected to anything. So if I want to use my 2600, I need to put it somewhere and connect it. Because I think in the end, it's good to use the machines that I have. And sometimes it's just a lot of hassle plugging in everything. And I have a big patch bay and everything's connected, but I always forget what's where. Even though I write it down, it's still kind of messy. My monitoring situation is that I switched last year to PMC, and this for me is a fantastic monitor system. Last week I received a demo version of the bass bins, and they add obviously more bass and more definition to the sound, because I felt with only the main tops that I was kind of lacking the club feeling that I do need when I'm mixing my music. It looks very impressive, but the sound is very pristine. It's not like a banging club monitor system, but very delicate and precise. On my latest album, Melatonin, I mixed on the mixer as well. It's interesting because when you're mixing Outboard, you know, something changes somewhere. There's always a different element, like, you know, there's all these components. It just changes the sound from when it's in the box, which is why I still love having this. And of course, like, all my equipment's connected to it. So when I'm doing a techno track, for instance, and I'm mixing all these different instruments, they're all coming in here on the mixer. This one in particular I bought during COVID as well. I wanted a new mixer that was small enough to not take up too much space in my studio, and this was the one that came up as one of the best ones. It's got a lot of faders, as you can see, and the sound is really amazing. My headphone monitors, they look a little bit crazy. They are crazy. However, they are the best monitor headphones that I've ever tested. It doesn't sound boxed in any way. It's quite an open system as well, and it has its own amplifier, so it needs a lot of power. The bass response of this thing is unreal. It's like exactly the way it was mixed. Like, I can hear all my flaws on this. Like, it's almost the same quality as the monitoring system, and that's very special actually in a headphone, because very often with headphones it sounds too boomy. The bass sounds somewhat unnatural, even with the high-end headphones. It's kind of lacking because of the ergonomics and the way that the speakers are positioned on your ears. There's always an unnatural aspect to it. So yeah, I love these. Having said that, a lot of music nowadays I just mix on my AirPods as well. So, you know, it's kind of whatever works. So as you can see, I have a lot of Outboard equipment. I do a lot of in-the-box mixing and mastering. I do all my mastering myself these days. But sometimes you just want to try something new, and in the box, you know, there's so much you can do. You can basically do everything in the box, but then when you take it out, there's always something unexpected happening, and that's an approach that I like sometimes, you know, surprising yourself and seeing what something can bring to the table that is not just ones and zeros. I think some of my favorites definitely are the Elysia ones. The X-Max is amazing. It's a beautiful machine that gives a a lot of great multi-band mid-side compression. X-Filter 500 is super nice. It's a very silky kind of sound. And then I use the SSL 4K compressor sometimes. For my latest album, Melatonin, I've also used my tape recorder, which is behind. For this album, I thought it was nice to try and give it that extra analog vibe. However, I have to really admit, these machines are made so well that, you know, the difference between the tape version and the in-the-box version is so small that it's hardly worth it. You know, like if it would be like a crappy tape machine, maybe then you hear a big difference, because that's kind of what tape does if it's not done well. But these very high-end machines, they're just made too good to really hear the difference. My keyboard section, I love this Nord Grand. I started playing the piano maybe 10 years ago. As a producer, you know, I think it's kind of essential to know some chords, and before that I was just working with the piano roll and Cubase and Ableton, and I got a bit tired of it. Especially for my latest album, Melatonin, I played a lot of the harmonies and the chord progressions on a keyboard. I also have a piano at home which has a silent system inside, so I can connect it via Bluetooth and play on my 100-year-old piano music that I can then later edit with MIDI, and that's quite amazing. But this machine is really beautiful. It has a great keyboard, and the sound is very nice. Then here I have my very first synthesizer, the 106. It's not my very first one, because my MC303 Groovebox was the very first one that I ever used, but this is the first real one, and I really cherish it. It's the Juno 106. I think it's a sound that will never grow old, and it's been on many of my records, even as a plugin. There's so many amazing plugins. They all kind of sound the same, but they also even sound the same as the real analog version. 101, of course, you know, another classic. I don't use this as much, but I still really love it. It's so versatile in so many ways. The only thing you can't really do with it is pads, but anything else from leads to arpeggios and basses is a fantastic machine. My DJ section, this is where I've recorded a lot of DJ sets in my studio. Especially during COVID, I didn't have much to do, so at nighttime I would always come here and play my records. Also, I've been updating a lot of my record collection over COVID. As a music enthusiast, I've been buying a lot of things from Discogs and like deleting a lot of stuff as well, like taking out all the records that I didn't think I would ever play again or wasn't really interested in anymore, because you know, you just accumulate so much music over time, and not everything is absolutely essential. The V10 pioneered, I think, the best DJ mixer ever made. This is one of the latest Technics, MK7, 1210 MK7, especially with the ×2 fader, so you can play pretty much any records in any set, you know, where with the old ones you're kind of limited to the plus 8. I'm not really a sound purist. I do believe in high quality sound, so also my decks in my studio are the best possible quality, because I just don't want to lose. But when it comes down to a DJ mixer, I'm very practical. People say that, let's say, an Allen Heath or an analog mixer, another analog mixer could be better for vinyl. This is kind of where, you know, where I give up. This is point of preference. I use this professionally, so for me there's no reason to have a different mixer in the studio. It really sounds very crisp and clean and transparent, or basically it just sounds, the records sound the way they're supposed to sound. Even though it's digital, I think it still sounds fantastic. It's great to have a lot of great equipment, but in the end, it's just about the music as well.